Hey everybody, Corns here. Um, so this is going to be the last video in our how-to series on how to use the Winners Industries D20 tabletop system. This video is going to be covering how to use our game pieces to be able to run your maps. Now, uh, the monster NPC boss game pieces use a modified version of the standard player game piece system. Uh, basically, the main difference between the two is that the player pieces have the no card character sheet system built into them. These ones don't, and the reason being they are a lot more streamlined, and they don't really have as much customization to them, for lack of a better term. And the customization options that they do have are directly linked to the floating text that's above each game piece, and the controls for modifying those floating text is built into the control system, so you don't have to worry about editing any scripts or anything like that. You can do it all from right within the controls. Okay, and so we'll be discussing how to do that in a short bit. So let's get started. Now, as you can see, I've already got a game piece rezzed out of my inventory for us to be able to use. So it would probably be best for you to be able to, or for you to res out a copy of the Male Commoner #1, just so you can follow along with what we're about to do. Okay. Once you have your piece placed on your map, make sure you use the alignment grid to align it properly with the tiles. Okay. Uh, Once you do that, go ahead and left click on the game piece to activate the control system. Okay, just like so. What you'll see is a box, kind of like this one, should show up right in the top right corner of your screen. Okay, and what you'll see in there is two options: movement and stats display. The names are pretty, or the labels are pretty self-explanatory. This menu system is what you use to move your piece around, and the stats display is what you use to modify the floating text. Okay, so let's go ahead and explore movement first. Okay, just 1 second. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat. Okay. So basically, all the controls that you need are right here for moving your game piece around the map. Okay. I just realized I am using a bit of an older version of this. The most recent version has a function in the move up and move down features, which move it just a tiny bit instead of like so. Okay, so I'm not gonna touch too much on these. These are just for moving up and down between floors. To give you an idea of what I mean, I will. Yeah, actually, I'll bring up a game piece. Give me a second. Where do I have them stored? Dungeon. Okay. Release. Player pieces. Okay, and we'll just let's res out a paladin just for fun. Okay, so the function will be very much like this. Whoa, what the heck just happened? That's not right. Give me a second, folks. What is going on? Sorry, folks, I'm having a few technical difficulties with this. I do not. Oh, I know what. That's why I'm using the V3, not the V4s. That was my mistake. Okay, so just like so. Yeah, see? Notice how the barbarian piece is just moving up ever so slightly. That's how the monster and NPC pieces will be working, okay? So anyways, I'm gonna get rid of that and get back down to the male commoner piece, okay? So yeah, the male commoner piece is going to basically be able to move using all of these commands right here. Okay, they're all very self-explanatory. They move in direct relation to this arrow piece. Okay, so no matter which way this is facing, it will move in relation to that. Okay, so to give you an example, press the forward arrow, moves it back, or sorry, forward. Using the down arrow, moves it backwards. Left arrow makes it strafe left. Right arrow makes it strafe right. The rotate left and rotate right buttons will rotate the game piece 90 degrees. And what will happen then is the movement arrows will also move it again in relation to the movement. Sorry, direction gem piece. Okay, so watch what happens. There we go. Boom, boom. Right? Because remember last time, or when it was rotated the other way, so that was, whoops, rotating it right. Okay. When pressing like this, it moves in that direction. But when I move it left, it moves just like so. Okay. So that's the movement functions. Not really too much to them. They're pretty easy to use, self-explanatory. Okay. Pardon me. Now the stats display menu. By the way, to get out of each of the sub menus, all you have to do is click the back button. Okay. The back button moves around a little bit. I tried to place it in like a aesthetically pleasing position inside of each control menu. Um, so it won't always be in the exact same place. Okay. But anyways, press the back menu to get out of the movement sub menu, and then go ahead and click on Stats Display. Okay. Now, each piece has already been pre-configured so that all of the standard D&D 5e monster stats have been applied to them, each of them. Okay. So I felt that these are the stats that are shown. So name, type, level, experience. This is the experience that the monster gives, by the way. Health points, minimum. Current and maximum. The status, armor class, and speed. Okay. I felt that these are the most often referenced stats out of every game piece that is used. So I made it so that it's easy for the DM to track these, or be able to have like certain things set up, and that's what these modification buttons are for. Okay, it's very easy to use these. Each one functions the exact same way, so clicking on one and doing like one function will be the exact same way that it works for the other ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the this piece's let's do status just for fun. Okay, so you click on status, and what comes up is a box that asks you to type in a change. Okay, so for this, let's say that this male commoner has been poisoned. Okay, so all you have to do is just type in the new status of it. So we're going to put in poisoned. Okay, and then once you have it typed in, all you have to do is click submit. And boom, the status of the game piece is now shown as poisoned. Okay. Um, Now, set name, set type, and set status, pardon me, are the only three of all these stats that are use words, okay? Or sorry, alphanumeric characters. The set level, set HP, set max HP, set EXP, set AC, and set speed all use numbers, okay? And you don't need to type in anything other than numbers into them, okay? That's because the floating text stats display has been set up to, or rather, has been formatted in a very specific way, okay? To demonstrate what I mean, is I will just simply type in, let's say, level 7 for level, okay? So submit. As you can see, changed to level 7. I didn't have to type in level or anything like that, okay? Let's set its new HP to, let's say it took some damage, and we'll say that its current HP is 25, okay? And then because it gained some levels, we'll say that its new max HP is, let's say, 40. These are just random numbers. I'm not actually doing any rolls or anything like that, so don't read too much into it. I'm just showing how the formatting works, okay? So yeah, there we go. HP, new max HP is 40. Well, because it's a level 7, let's say that instead of just 10 XP, 10 EXP for defeating it, let's say it rewards 70 EXP now, okay? Boom, see, I didn't have to type in EXP, it just types in the number and it works. AC, we're not going to worry about that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's change it to, let's say, 15. And then speed, let's say that, oh, hey, it has a magical ring that gives it 40 speed instead of 30. See? So, like I said, it's all formatted to be very specific, okay? Um, if you don't have any other changes that you don't need to make and you don't need to use the movement system right now, all you have to do to close the control system is click on ignore. And then boom, the menu is gone. And that's it. That's all there is to working the game piece control system. Couple of last minute tips before we call this video to a close. Have fun with the system, okay? It's been set up so that it's really easy to use and it's a lot of fun to create maps with, okay? You have all the tools available to you. We've created a giant library of content for you to be able to make use of. So just use everything, you know, have fun with it. Another tip is it's outlined in the player user manual, and I think there's also a minor note made in the DM user manual. But dress your SL avatars in the way that you feel that your characters will appear within the D&D world. There's tons of free clothing and accessories that you can get off of the Second Life online marketplace, which is where you should probably, hopefully, have gotten this from. Rather, the DM starter kit and the player starter kit. Uh, Really, like, there's tons of free options out there, and it will allow you to like get really creative and be able to get really in depth for how your character will look. It makes it so much easier than like, maybe searching online. And you know what, if, let's say, for example, your character starts off with leather armor and then winds up finding some chainmail, you don't have to, go looking for, like a picture that looks exactly right. You can just swap out the leather armor that your character's your SL avatar is wearing and put on some chainmail. Boom, done. So yeah, but yeah. Other than that, have fun, okay? And keep an eye out for the Winters Industries LFG group in Second Life, as well as our news groups. We will hopefully in the future be running a lot of, well, not a lot, but quite a few events and such like that that will be come out for, participate in like maybe public games or something like that. And yeah, also keep an eye out for us at the SL15 Bedazzle event. SL's or Second Life's 15th birthday celebration. We will be running a booth there. We've actually completed setup quite recently, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So until then, adios and Excelsior.